There we go, boys. Gohan got third place at a local stay with this bad boy. So here it is. Third place Gohan deck. Did pretty well, not gonna lie to you. There's a lot of hidden features of the deck, and honestly, I love this deck a lot. I won't take full credit for this though. The guy was playing it on Sunday. Do not remember his name. I saw what he was playing, assumed the ratios, and kind of just made it my own. Honestly, just played things I would see. Just want to quickly go over what Gohan does. On the front side, he is a green leader. If you attack, if you have more life than your opponent, you draw one card, which is super fucking nice. And when he awakens, he draws two. On the backside, every time he attacks, he draws a card, then you pay 6 life, choose all of your opponent's battle cards, and you blow them up. And who gives a fuck about battle? So since you've already gotten this far, we'll get into the super combos. The reason why we want the Supreme Kai, because one, she's a god, so we can pull her out. Two, we can use her while we have more than 5 life, and most of the time, I awaken at like 6, 7 life. Very few times I'll be at 4 and I end up awakening. People say, how do you do it? I'm a good player and I run negates and I block damage realistically. I'm not going to take damage if I don't need to, and so there we go. It's really good because all you need is 5 overwhelm cards. So what you do is you have 4 cards in your overwhelm, play Time Patrol Trunks, and bam, instantly at 5. Or you just play a Mass Saiyan and bam, 5 again. That's all you gotta do, it's pretty easy. Next we have this Goku because he's a super combo. Pretty fucking amazing, I always run him when I can. He doesn't hurt the deck at all because the deck is mostly blue. So you pay 1 mana, draw a card, 10,000 shield. Next we have the Time Patrol Trunks. As I said before, he's a black card. Quickly allows you to get your overwhelm, meaning your Supreme Kai is usually live as soon as you need it to be. I usually wait until like turn 2 or 3 to make it actually live because I want to build some stuff up, but if you want to make it live sooner, it's not that hard. 15,000 swinging at your opponent does at least the damage. There we go, Furthering Instruction Champa, really good card, allows you to get the win with your barrier cards or your leader, or you can do some critical damage to your opponent. It's really nice to put your opponent from 5 to 3. That's what I like about this deck, it's really good at doing that. Next we have is the Mysterious Warrior Mass Saiyan, really good card. It's a double striker, board clear, and 20,000. And when you summon this card, you are instantly able to use your Supreme Kai time. So it's pretty good. And it's really good at pressuring your opponent. The goal is honestly to get your opponent from 3 life. Try to skip that 4, but if it happens, it happens. It's not a big deal. Result of Training, really nice card. I like the card a lot. It allows me to awaken when I need to awaken. I only run 2 of them, as you think, why do you run that card at all? 1, I have no other way to self-awaken. 2, all I need is 2, realistically. I ran at 3, but I saw the card was kind of pointless to run at 3, so 2 is the perfect number. Next we have is Pickle the Strategist, one of the best kill spells of the deck. It's an amazing card, barrier, critical. Once while this card's on the field, so if you move it off the field and it comes back and still use the effect again, you can blow up 1 card on the field with equal to or less than your mana, which is not hard. Realistically, you have a lot of mana anyways, so almost anything to kill target without barrier. And the critical 20,000 makes him perfect to summon. Next we have Wiz the Resting Attendant. Nice mana filter card. It's only at 3, that's all we really need. A lot of our mana cards are only at 3 because we don't need to spam them. Honestly, we don't want to see too many of the cards, so we only want to play the card maybe once or twice and then we'll be good to go. And 3 is a perfect number. But realistically, he might go up to 4, or the Sacred Guard might go up to 4. I'll explain why in a moment. There's a card that's 3 of in the deck that constantly breaks sometimes. I'm getting tired of breaking, so I'd rather guarantee a 1-drop that's going to get me something instead of a 3-drop that's going to break. Next we have Wiz the Sacred Guard. It's a really good blocker. I threw this guy in because he's a nice blocker. Can't get through your shit. Plus he basically has a better barrier anyway, so he's a 20,000 swing on your opponent, and he's a god as well. So he's a nice card, but this card will probably be moved up to 2 as well. Next we have West Supreme Kai, a really good card. I've killed so many people with this card, honestly. It's not hard to easily get her up to like 60, 70,000 double strike minimum, and finish off your opponent if you need to. Plus she's also good in mana dork to get you the mana that you need when you need it. We run 3 objections because we need to get our mana up, but realistically we don't need this card. After about 5 or 6 mana, it's usually kind of pointless to use, so it's only at 3. I want to see it in the card, but I don't want to see it too late, and so if I draw too many of this card to late game, it's going to fucking suck, and it's an instant charge. So 3 is a good number because I usually see 1 in the early game, mid game I see my second one, and third one I sometimes don't even see it, so it's perfect. Next, we have one of the main ways to win is Fu Shrouded Mystery. This card's is a 1 of in the deck. It could be at 2 if you wish it to be, but honestly 1 is good enough. It's a nice card, very strong, very powerful. 30,000, basically bloodlust all your opponent's stuff. The only thing that they will have left is Striker Effect and Barrier. And maybe some other abilities to not activate, but it's a very powerful card to get off on your opponent, especially when your opponent doesn't expect it. So this card will probably move up to 2, that way I can draw it more often. Next we have 4 Beans, one of the main ways to get our mana back. Love this card a lot. It's really good on the defensive. That's most of the time I use it to make him my leader like 20 to 25,000, making it a lot harder to get through this. You're doing damage to you. Next there is 3 Universe 10 Supreme Kais. This is the card I'm honestly thinking about dropping. As much as I do like the idea of having like 22, 23 gods in the deck, this card often bricks. I play the card, I sometimes whiff something, half the time I usually whiff, so honestly I'm just going to end up dropping it, putting another Bulma in, and the other 2 spaces putting the other cards that honestly draw, probably another Wizguard or something else, honestly, something that helps me draw, and honestly almost anything would be better than this. It is nice to get what you need having options, but since I don't have a shit ton of gods, looking top 3 is to me is just too small an amount, and I don't want to break. I want to make sure I draw the card that way. My opponent swings at me, I can use it as a blocker to block as much damage as possible. Next is Bulma the God Temper. This card will be honestly moved up to 4. It's really nice getting the whizzes I need since it searches for anyone with 4 or less, so it's perfect for what we're running here. Plus it's a nice card to sit on the board and combo with it to block damage. Next we have 3 Wiz Coercions. This card might be moved up to 4. Honestly, getting rid of those Universe 10s. Also might throw in 2 Mafubas. I realize that Mafuba should be mainboard instead of sideboarded, but it is what it is. I do like this card a lot, and it's nice for blocking early game damage and critical damage. Realistically, the thing that hurts the deck is critical, but this deck does very well against critical decks. Honestly, it does well against a lot of decks. Next we have 2 Beerus General Demolition. Very powerful in-gamer. Honestly, this card just finishes off your opponent. It's another way to win. This card may be moved up to 3. I'm going to make some changes to this deck, especially with TOP coming out. I'm going to be doing some other updates in this deck as well. And then finally we have 4 Energy Boosted Majin Boos. This card's really nice. Pay 1 blue mana, draw a card, and use it for block up damage. So it's really nice. The main card you want to start off in this deck is a Supreme Kai, nice in hand, an Objection, and maybe one of these, honestly. Those 3 are the cards I usually like to focus on when I am mulliganing a hand. Other cards, depending on what I'm going against, like if you're going against a critical deck, Wiz Coercion is perfect because it will allow you to block the early game damage. But honestly, this card does it just fine realistically because they swing at you with a 15,000 critical. Usually, this card right here, instant 20,000, you draw the card, so you literally instantly replace it, which is super nice and super effective. Then, honestly, some of the cards you want to charge early game, maybe one or 2 of Piccolo's. Honestly, he's not super useful early game, and when you need him, you run 4 of them so you can get him back easily. The deck is not realistically hard to pilot. Just got to know when to charge what and when to play what. Kind of understand. This deck takes a lot of understanding what your opponent's going to be playing, so you have to think about moves like that. You have to understand what they could possibly play to know when to charge what and when to tap what. Sometimes I'll be completely tapped out, and it's not a big deal because I'll have 2 mana dorks on the board, or I'm not scared of my opponent doing a lot of damage to me. Other times I have nearly all my mana open, so I can play more combo cards. You just have to understand the decks in the format. And I think I have a good understanding of the decks in the format, and this deck is very well against those decks. Your worst matchup, honestly, is GT. That's my only loss today was a Ginyu GT deck. In my defense, he already went against my deck once, so we did understand a bit more. Game 1 was a Veggie deck. Went against it was a pretty good matchup, but honestly, he ultimately ended up scooping because he couldn't get through my 2 beans, and I honestly had too much life for him to really do anything with. By the time he ended turn at 3 life, and he just scooped. Game 2 was against Ultra Instinct. I'm not really scared of Ultra Instinct because they have to do pressure certain points, and I make it very hard for my opponent to do damage to me because early game I keep around 8 life. The reason why this is the case is I want to make sure I have 1 or 2 life difference than my opponent before. Like I want to be at 8 life when they're at like 7 or 6. I want to make sure this is the case. When I swing at them, I don't combo. The reason why I'm not comboing when I swing in early game is because either they're going to negative card out of their hand, which is helpful to me, or they're going to take the life. which means I'll be 1 life above them. And I keep the Boo that I played or the Bulma I played on the board. That way, if they attack me, I can combo with the Temper. And if they go over 20,000, they go to 15,000. You know, I may play another card in my hand because realistically I'm drawn anyways. But if they swing 20,000 on me, I'm just gonna take it because realistically, they're negging too many cards out of their hand, and it's honestly worth it. Honestly, them negging cards out of their hand is nearly just as good as you drawing cards, honestly, because those cards are still going to be there, and you're gaining a card in your hand, so they're negging a lot of cards. So in order for your opponent to really take advantage of this deck, is they have to keep aggroing you. If they keep aggroing you, guess what ends up happening? You awaken extra early, and then you can charge a result of trainings. With your objections, there's normal charge. So honestly, this deck is very well, does very well. I did lose, but it ends up happening. I didn't draw any of my super combos, which kind of sucked, but that happens oddly kind of a lot sometimes. I just won't draw my super combos, even though I've gone through, have like 15 to 10 cards left in my deck, and no super combos drawn. That's just bad luck of the draw. This deck is good protection against certain decks. Apes, you think is a hard matchup against it, but Food Shroud and Mystery gets through that, which is why I'm probably going to move that card to 2. Maybe move Beers up to 3, just going to make some minor changes here and there, but I do like this deck a lot, and hope you enjoy.